Okay, I've been thinking about it as I usually do because, everybody swears to God I do fucking nothing all day. And all I have done all my life is trying to figure out who the fuck I am and what I am and why I am and why you and everyone else act a fucking fool. Why it is you need to feel you need to treat the next man with shit in your mind and hate in your heart like it don't make fucking sense. If you're not in West Palm Beach, you wouldn't know what fucking perfection is. You wouldn't know. Oh, look, there he is. Let's see if I can get him on camera. That there be the hawk that been following me. I hope you can see him up in the tree over there. But that hawk follows me pretty much everywhere I go. And I know that to be a sign of me doing right. For I pay attention to the numbers and I just fucking listen. Yes, I took a bunch of mushrooms. And I started microdosing. I started losing weight. I started walking, and I started listening to myself. And everything I've ever said has been true, ever. And if it was a lie, it was only to teach someone else a lesson in a painful way. Because, I don't know, it wasn't my lesson to learn. It was my lesson to dole out. And in doing so, yes, I didn't do it without conscience. I felt every bit of it. Knowing it was wrong, and my conscience eating me apart. So, no, I didn't get away with shit, ever. But I hope the fucking volume on this is coming out, but I dare you to question to what is around West Palm Beach but the Everglades, and what is infesting the Everglades but serpents. Everybody's sin that they have let go, that they invited into their house and then let go. Now where did they go? Well, they seem to have congregated in a most perfect of spots, the Everglades. And where are the Everglades? Surrounding Eden. Because if you were in Eden, you would experience what is fucking absolute perfection in the weather. You will not see me sweat in not one video because I don't drink water. You do not need to drink water unless you have poisons in your body. And the amount of poisons in the water outweigh the poisons in your body, so you are doing nothing except poisoning your body. You are better off fucking starving yourself, abstaining, listening to your own thoughts, for they are your thoughts, and you are of God. So yes, your thoughts should be pointing you in the right direction, unless your demons are not satiated. They are not full. For if they are not full, they will tear you apart. They will eat you alive, for they live inside of you. All of you. And you cannot cast them out. For if you to cast them out, you would cast out the negativity in your body. And without negativity, there's only positivity. And when there is only one side of something, you cease to exist. For you need both sides to exist. That's what this is. That's where we came after everybody died. In 2012, whenever they discovered the God particle, yes, we all died then. You never knew it. It boop, happened. You would have never known it. Just like waking up in heaven. Like, you can't understand what it is until you experience it. You will never fucking understand what I mean. You might hear, you might think and know that you speak and hear the angels and hear God. And in America, you take those as mental illness, as schizophrenia. For some do hear voices, and if they hear a clear voice, chances are it's a demon. For it's so close to them they can hear it. That means they're speaking to demons, but their demons are of me too. For you have to have both to exist. You cannot have one without the other. Eve came for me. Yes, I carry the actual fucking scar. I had half my lung removed. And can still sing, amazingly enough. And people ask, and think, I know they think, well, why do you vape? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? because it's what makes me fucking human. It's what's gonna keep me here, because if I were to stop smoking and vaping and I were to keep becoming who I am without everybody realizing it, I would cease to exist, because I would be pure positivity. Makes sense yet? As of why Moses and Satan went to Moses looking for his body and couldn't find it, because I was him and one and the same person. He went back looking for my body because, well, it was his body. And without that body, he can't exist. So, I mean, if you want to continue to exist, you need to have positive and negative. You need to unite the Catholic cross with the Satanic cross, with the Buddhists of the East and the Zionists of the West, all under one roof. And you can do it by one motion. And I figured it out by riding my bike and listening to music. For it's how you stay in the center. Your top goes, your chest goes back and forth in a line. Your hips can follow the infinity sign. And you will know, if once you put your arms up and move back and forth, what it is like to be divine. And when you see and feel it, you will know, and then walk with grace. And that is what walking with grace is. As if you walk with his bounce within in your step, you will know who I am. For I know who I am. Do you know who you are? And I really pray to God that the voice of this is being picked up, because one of my videos, there was nothing, and that's 8 minutes wasted. 8 minutes of blessing that you didn't get, because for whatever reason. So I pray and hope that this finds you with good faith, and you will know my name, for I know it to be Kyle Crosson Roof. Crossen. Roof, as in what's on top of the house. You know, we don't need no water, let that motherfucker burn. Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a whole new meaning. For that all was written about my bad half. But I come to you in the spirit of Amakua, and Adamu and Enoch. For my spirit name is Adamu Amakua Enoch. Enoch. That's why I was confused at first, because I thought I was Kyle. You know, and then I was being told I'm Enoch, and then I've been told I'm Akua, and then I've been told I'm Adamu, which makes sense why you wouldn't believe me when I come back with many, many names, with many, many heads. For I've been blessed many, many times, and I carry many, many spirits. For I thought I was gonna call Legion. I thought Legion was the Pope. Legion is not the Pope, or not the Legion that I was after. The one I was calling forth was myself. When I was calling forth Legion, the Grey Pope, I was calling forth myself and who I am. For I am the ultimate and only Grey Pope. For all others fall under the family of Roof, and that whence they came. For it all makes sense. Like, literally, I fixed and am the schism, and I know the pieces fit, and I see them all fall into place with absolute perfection. But the reason why I can't have anybody around me right where I'm at, and the reason why I am not being realized here, is because I wouldn't be able to realize who and what I have to do without solitude, without quiet, without peacefulness, without blah blah blah, fight this and, well, what about this? And I'm telling you what it is, and you're going to come at me with what I didn't give you. And I give you, you are all right and you are all wrong. For all the religions are right in the sense of who they are worshiping, but you are all wrong for not uniting it without me. For I had to come back yet again, going about my day, getting fucked over like the next man, because nobody else wants to speak up, as nobody spoke up yesterday for the paralyzed girl in the line. And you will not be a caretaker of some helpless person and treat that person with no dignity and take their respect and all that. I promise you that girl will stand the fuck up and smack the absolute living dog shit out of her. I don't give a fuck if she's her mother or not. For how she treated her that day, she deserves, because I know she treats her way worse in the home. For she was all looking for praise or help, and instead of looking and asking for help, she wanted to tear apart her daughter in public and fucking treat her bad and, you know, take her shopping and then put the shit back on the shelf, punishing her because she was making and talking too much. And the girl couldn't even speak. So who in the fuck is she arguing with? Because it isn't that paralyzed little girl. But I was wrong for not letting her, you know, yell back at me or ask me why, because she and you do not realize who the fuck I am. So you not realizing who I am has left her without her blessing. But it will make it back to her, because she will feel the vengeance of my wrath and how far my arms reach. For other people finally stood up after I said, I will fucking make sure I say that to you at the gates of judgment. And once I said that, all the fear that was pointed at me for me being the only male in the store, so there's got to be something wrong there, you know, got to protect my daughter, and I'm not, you know, they are not wrong for that. So I did everything I could. If you watch the tape, which I'm sure you'll be able to get a hold of from Bell's in Wellington, and you will see I did everything in my power not to make sure that mother was, you know, no, I wasn't after her daughter. And she was wearing the pride flag upside down, her right side, her pride flag upside, fucking wrong, with pride at the top, but whatever, pride cometh before the fall. But the fear in everybody left once I told her, the first words out of my mouth were, I will remember and say those and treat you like that at the gates of judgment. And that's when all the fear in the line of all the people I felt leave. For everybody knew she was fucking wrong. And I was the only one to stand up, the only male there, because that's what it takes, a fucking man to stand up and say, this bitch is fucking wrong. And would I have been wrong for smacking the absolute dog shit out of her? No. No, I wouldn't. Absolutely not. For she is my child just the same, for you all came from me. Literally, you came from my rib. So, quite literally, you come from me. I don't give a fuck what you believe or what you think. I'm telling you what it is, and don't argue with me. For that's what gets people killed. Semantics. But this, but that, but this. All right, shut the fuck up. And I'm giving you what it is. Accept it. If you don't, you will burn for it. I promise. But it took a man to stand up and fucking rip her apart. For that girl in the chair couldn't speak. She was catatonically frozen in place. Quadriplegic, I'm guessing. Just barely only able to fucking breathe for herself. And this mother, her caretaker, in charge of her, birthing her, bringing her through her womb, through the portal of life into this world, fucking is disgracing her in front of everybody and parading it, looking for praise. And oh, pity me. Fuck that and fuck you, you piece of shit. For I've been called a piece of shit, and I pale in comparison to that fucking bullshit. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Not here, not now, not ever a fucking again. For the next one won't get warned, for the next one will get smacked the fuck in the head. And I put that on my children, all of them. But I tore her apart, and she felt everyone's judgment and couldn't take it anymore. And I told her, do not punish that little girl anymore, for you brought her into this world. She is not a punishment. She is your blessing. And since you hinder her and talk down to her and argue with yourself about what you did, instead of accepting it and fucking trying to help the little girl and telling her she can walk again, and praising her and giving her good food and good music and challenging the doctors on what the fuck they say, I promise you that girl can get the fuck up. I promise you she will. And if she don't in this life, she will in the next, and she will get judgment from me for me. I promise you that little girl will get hers. And you don't know what the little girl did in the past life to deserve the catatonic state she is in now. Nobody thinks that far. Nobody fucking thinks. They only think about themselves and the immediate outcome of, what if I don't fucking make it? What if you don't? Who the fuck cares if you don't make it? As long as you make it to me, you will walk in my grace, and you will forever keep walking, for you will walk next to me in heaven. You will have a place next to me, which you will never know, because you're too fucking scared to lose what you call yourself. Your ego, your shit, your this time experience, because that's all it is. It's a test of amnesia, spiritual reconnection, spiritual evolution, and again, reconnection with God, me. And now you know I'm back in the flesh as you are in the flesh, relating the message to you and to man. And this message has gone in for 17 minutes, and for that I apologize, because most people can't stand 17 fucking seconds.